AMD's Zen 4 architecture makes its debut on the Ryzen 7000 series. 4 new desktop CPUs are now available to buy. It's hard to believe that AMD released its very first Ryzen CPUs as recently as 2017. They were based on a new Zen architecture, built from the ground up in the 5 years prior to release. Looking back, this was a defining moment for AMD and the future of laptop and desktop chips more widely. Since then, we've seen 5 more generations of Ryzen chips and 4 subsequent Zen architectures. The latest of these is Zen 4, which AMD officially debuted recently on the Ryzen 7000 series. Here's everything you need to know. An AMD Zen 4 release date. At the Zen 3 reveal back October 2020, AMD Chief Technology Officer Mark Papermaster confirmed that Zen 4 was on track in design. Our next official update came in July 2021, when AMD CEO Lisa Su confirmed that Zen 4 was on track to launch the following year. At CES in January 2022, the company was a little more specific. The second half of 2022 was the target. Eventually, Zen 4 was announced alongside the Ryzen 7000 series. It'll debut on at an AMD event on 29 August. Only 4 desktop processors have been revealed so far, all of which are available now, having gone on sale from 27 September. AMD did launch new Ryzen 7020 series CPUs for everyday laptops on 20 September, but these are based on an enhanced version of the Zen 2 architecture instead. With that in mind, no more Zen 4 CPUs are expected until 2023, with Ryzen 7000 mobile CPUs likely to be revealed at CES in January. We may see more desktop processors using the architecture at the same event, which would align with roadmap AMD previously shared. AMD Zen 4 devices. Once the first Zen 4 CPUs become available on 27 September, many people will upgrade their machines to the Ryzen 7000 series. Of course, you'll need a compatible motherboard. AMD has revealed 4 new AM5 ones, but the chips will still be compatible with the older AM4 platform. AMD says it expects them to coexist for quite some time. Here's a summary of the first 4 Zen 4 CPUs that AMD has announced. Ryzen 9 7950X, 16 cores, 32 threads, 5.7 GHz max clock speed, 80 ME cache, 170 watt TDP. Ryzen 9 7900X, 12 cores, 24 threads, 5.6 GHz max clock speed, 76 ME cache, 170 watt TDP. Ryzen 7700X, 8 cores, 16 threads, 5.4 GHz max clock speed, 40 ME cache, 105 watt TDP. Ryzen 5 7600X, 6 cores, 12 threads, 5.3 GHz max clock speed, 38 ME cache, 105 watt TDP. Zen 4 will almost certainly make its way to laptop chips at some point, but they're designed to be integrated into devices and not available as standalone components. Which devices use them will be down to individual laptop manufacturers to decide. AMD Zen 4 spec news. Zen 4 was always likely to be a big step for AMD, and it doesn't look like the company has disappointed. The new architecture shifts to a 5N process, while adding support for premium features such as DDR5 memory and PCIe Gen 5. It allows for up to 16 cores and 32 threads, something which has already been utilized on the new Ryzen 9 7950X. But AMD is specifically advertising the performance gains on the Zen 4-based Ryzen 7000 series, specifically highlighting gaming and content creation as scenarios which will benefit the most. While testing from the company suggests up to a 47% improvement compared to Intel Alder Lake, even the most affordable Ryzen 5 7600X can supposedly deliver better gaming performance than the top-spec Core i9 12900K. However, the upcoming 13th Gen Intel CPUs look set to deliver big improvements. According to AMD, you can expect some big gains on CPUs that use Zen 4 architecture. AMD is now even more confident in the IPC gains you can expect from Zen 4, suggesting it's 13% higher than Zen 3. That's up from the 8 to 10% improvement it said back at Computex in May 2022. Despite not following Intel's lead in introducing a hybrid architecture, AMD claims Zen 4 CPUs deliver significant gains in power efficiency. Not only should this ensure fewer problems with performance throttling and overheating, it'll also benefit battery life on any portable devices. This will be more relevant once laptop-focused mobile CPUs are added to the Ryzen 7000 series. Zen 4 might be limited to 24 cores for now, but that might not always be the case. According to a leaked roadmap discovered by Video Cards Highlights, Genoa 7004 CPUs with 32 cores and 64 threads. That was expected to be the top-spec Zen 4 chip you could ever buy, but a subsequent rumor suggests it will be able to support many more than that. Prolific CPU leaker at Broly_X1, whose account has since been deleted, appeared to confirm a 128-core CPU in June 2021, saying, "Wow, Zen 4 is really more than 96 cores. I was skeptical when I first saw this news in Schiffel. Now I can also confirm that Zen 4 is up to 128 cores." AMD Zen 5 architecture set for a 2024 release. AMD confirmed it was on track at a recent event. AMD is on a roll. The US chip manufacturer has emerged as Intel's main rival in the CPU market, following a string of high-profile releases. The latest of these is the Ryzen 7000 series, which uses the new Zen 4 architecture. We've only seen a few desktop processors so far, but plenty more, including laptop chips, are expected over the next few months. But AMD isn't shy when it comes to revealing long-term plans. Not only do we know that Zen 5 is on the way, some key details have already been revealed. Here's everything you need to know at this early stage. AMD Zen 5 release date. At the Ryzen 7000 series event in August 2022, AMD confirmed that Zen 5 was on track for a 2024 release. A more specific date wasn't revealed, but that's more than you'd typically expect 2 years ahead of launch. Previous release dates often provide some clues, but it doesn't look like AMD has a fixed schedule for its Zen architecture. Zen, March 2017, Zen 2, August 2019. Zen 3, November 2020, Zen 4, September 2022. This makes it difficult to predict exactly when Zen 5 will arrive. A launch in the second half of 2024 seems likely, but it's guesswork beyond that. AMD Zen 5 spec rumors. It might not be expected for another 2 years, but we already have a fairly good idea what Zen 5 will bring to the table. Some of the information comes from AMD itself. In August 2022, company CTO Mark Papermaster said Zen 5 will feature a new grounds-up core. He went on to say that the architecture will bring a combination of performance gains as well as further optimizations for the growing AI workloads. It's difficult to decipher what this will actually mean for the end user, but it looks set to be another ambitious release for AMD. Like Zen 4, it looks like there will be 3 different versions of the Zen 5 architecture. That's what the official roadmap below suggests, with the initial 4nm CPU is making way for 3nm eventually. Previously, AMD has said that Zen 5 will focus on both performance and power efficiency. Back in April 2021, MoPC suggested it would use the hybrid big. Little design, which we've seen on the likes of Intel's Alder Lake. This consists of both performance and efficiency cores, with the latter helping to benefit battery life on mobile devices. It describes Zen 5 as the next huge microarchitecture, revamped for AMD, suggesting the company uses odd numbers for more significant releases. That hybrid architecture is also referenced in a Red Gaming Tech video on YouTube, which also says the IPC jump from Zen 4 to Zen 5 will be bigger than Zen 3 to Zen 4, around 30% for single-threaded workloads. It also suggests Zen 5 will debut on the Ryzen 8000 series, although that may now be the Ryzen 9000 series unless AMD skips a year. Other rumors mentioned in the same video include big improvements to L1 and L2 cache, plus a new L3 cache design that will reduce the die size and improve latency. However, it remains to be seen whether that'll still be the case when the Zen 5 is actually released.